All right, good Tuesday morning. I'm meteorologist Ben Peine here in the Extol Media Studios in New Albany, Indiana, and on a kind of a dreary, cloudy start to the day. It's been a little bit wet across the area, a bit drier for areas off to the northwest around Bedford, Indiana, and Paoli. Pretty wet streets here in New Albany and a lot of Kentucky. Looking a little bit soggy this morning as an area of low pressures have been moving through the area, and we can cut right to a look at some of the gloomy conditions out there. You can see the low clouds and some of the damp roadways that we have across the area. And you can also see that with the radar and satellite as well. As we can see the steadier rain starting to move into northeastern Kentucky and out of here. And it's not going to be a washout today. You can see we're kind of tapering off to some sprinkles at the moment. Still pretty dry though up around North Vernon and Seymour and over towards Medora, Brownstown, Bedford, Mitchell, Paoli, Salem, maybe a sprinkle or two. And as we zoom in a little bit closer, still have a little bit of that light green, just kind of enough to use the windshield wipers if you're out and about there around Pekin and Borden and the Knobs. We still have some of this green as we zoom in here too. New Albany, Indiana. There you can see up again into Floyd's Knobs, into the Galena area, looking at just some light rainfall across the area. And I think we'll actually get a decent break later this afternoon with mostly dry conditions, and you can see that drier sky out to our west. So definitely not going to be a washout by any means today. So thanks for hopping on here to Ben at 10 on this Tuesday, May 27th. And we're going to be looking at our rain chances for the rest of May as June begins this Sunday. And I think as June begins, we will start to trend more summer-like. So we'll see that coming up in the 7-day forecast as well. And thanks for hitting the like or the share on our Facebook page, Meteorologist Ben Peine, and also our Extol Weather Facebook page, Extol Media on YouTube, and extolmag.com/weather is the website we'll go to and check out the interactive radar and the current conditions here in just a second. Let me get over to some shout outs to some of the folks that are our sponsors and partners here at Extol Media. And so we want to give our first shout out to ivytech.edu. You can go right here to ivytech.edu and go to the locations and go to Sellersburg, the Sellersburg campus. So Ivy Tech, it is Tuesday. They do have Tuesdays at the Tech where you can get some one-on-one time, and you can learn all about the offerings there at the Sellersburg campus. 42 programs offered. You can see them all listed right here on the right side of your screen. So many different programs for prospective students. Students in high school can earn a bunch of college credits and beyond, no matter where you're at in your career. Lions Roofing, you can call today, 812-294-3595. You can see the free estimates that you can fill out right there. They do have a roofing repair technician job opening, so you can give them a call at 812-294-3595. It is the time of the year where there are a lot of job openings. You can go to libspaving.com, the biggest paving contractor around, and they've probably got the biggest job openings as well. Look at all of these openings right here. You can apply now at libspaving.com. So check that out. Also, our banking partners here at NWSB, you can go to newwashbank.com. People you know wherever you go, banking the way you want. And you can see the easy online banking and all of the services they have to offer there at newwashbank.com. Now back over to our comments. We'll give a different kind of shout out here as we take a look at who's tuning in this morning. I'm bringing up another look outside there with the Falls of the Ohio .org cam, Falls of the Ohio Foundation, and if you look closely you can see some of that rain still coming down there along the waterfront in New Albany and Jeffersonville this morning. So a little bit on the gloomy side as we are getting this Tuesday started. And first, Beverly was second this morning. Good morning to Teresa Wilkins, Beverly Hagist, good morning. From Borden, Indiana, Jill Hilland. Remind me to pop these up. There's Teresa, and here's Beverly, and we have Jill. Highland, Hilland, good morning, and Perry Porter from Borden, Indiana. Hopefully I can mow my yard this afternoon. Yeah, it's just going to be a little bit damp after this morning's rain, but we should have some dry time later on today. And boy, are my arms tired after doing a whole lot of yard work. Hope you guys had a good Memorial weekend, by the way. We had a lot of baseball Friday, Saturday, and then yard work Sunday, yard work yesterday. Still need to give the mower an oil change and all that good stuff too. Still have plenty of jobs. Still have a long list sitting there for me around the house. And good morning to Orlean Whitlow. I hope you had a great holiday. And back at you, Orlean. Thanks for tuning in here. We have Sue Shively. Good morning. Have a great day and stay dry. Yeah, a little bit of that rain gear. Again, just mostly light stuff out there now. And then we should trend drier later this afternoon. Might sneak in a couple of light evening rain showers as well. We're going to take a look at all that as we look at the weather model data here in just a moment. Judy Tyndall, have a blessed day. You as well. And Beverly might be out tomorrow having an MRI done. I hope everything is okay with that and goes well for you. Tanner Gardner, hello from New Albany. We're right here in New Albany as well, of course. And we've got Edward Jewell from Okolona. Thanks for tuning in here, guys. And we're going to get to that forecast in just one moment. And I want to remind you as well, as we're talking about our partnerships and advertisers, you too can partner up here if you want to, just want more people to know about what you have been going on at your business, your organization. You can become an advertising partner with Extol Media, Extol Weather, myself. Contact Ben at extolmag.com. We can talk it over. Jason at extolmag.com as well. We've been averaging over 2 million viewers per month over the last 90 days on our weather content. That does not include a lot of the other platforms as well. So hop on, join us. Ben at extolmag.com, Jason at extolmag.com. Let a friend know. Maybe you got a family friend wants the word to get out about what they're doing in their business. We love to lift each other up here in Southern Indiana. That is what Extol is all about. Quick bird nerd report here. As you can see, we this morning had a bunch of birdies out there actually. I'm going to try to bring up the other map here in just a second. So I had out there today the American robin, a lot of the normal ones that I've had around, but I've gotten my buddy Derek who lives down in Miami, Florida. He's got the Merlin app now. So every morning he's sending me what he's got going on down there. So the Eastern Phoebe, I've still never seen that one. Summer tanager, one of the most beautiful birds out there. Tufted titmouse. Had a nice call this morning. The Carolina chickadee, the blue-gray gnatcatcher, the red-eyed vireo, the Carolina wren, the American crow, and the eastern wood pewee. So that's what we had in my backyard. That's from the Merlin app. This is an egret out of Miami, Florida, that my buddy sent me a picture of, and that was the sunrise there in Miami. Thanks to Derek Gelber, old high school buddy living down there, and he's up every morning to see that sunrise. And now checking out the birds down there in Miami as well. We've got Angela Epperson. Good morning from Louisville, Kentucky. Have a great day. Angela, thanks for watching here this morning. And here is a look at that forecast here for today. And again, I mentioned I would bring up the bird migration map. So we had about 150 million birds, seeing more of them over the northern tier states. So maybe we've had a lot of the birds already migrate up to the north. Perhaps we'll get another big wave. All right, let me get rid of that and bring up this. Here's your forecast today. 68 will go for the high temperature today, so the clouds keeping it on the cool side. A drier afternoon after what has been a fairly wet morning. Northeast wind at around 5 to 10, so a pretty quiet day today, and our sunset at 8:57. As we head towards sunset, we might start to sneak in a few light rain showers back in that forecast. Time for the first sip here from Big Happy as well. So cheers if you're watching maybe from the back deck or the front porch. Time for a recharge here. All right, let's get back to the forecast. We have for today the play ball forecast. So again, looking mainly dry later this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Light breeze, may want the long sleeves out there, only giving it about a 20% chance of that shower for today. Angela saying, wow, beautiful picture from Florida. Yeah, it is nice to get those in the morning time. And Rudy Dones, thank you. Have a safe and dry day. Thank you, Rudy. Thanks for tuning in. And then the allergy forecast is actually a little bit better. Today, we're going to go low with the pollen, thanks to the rain holding some of that down. Light breeze out there. Medium levels of tree, grass, and mold spores for tomorrow and Thursday, as we are looking a bit drier the next couple of days, although still might have an isolated rain shower for our Wednesday tomorrow. We'll see that here with the models in just a second. Forecast though, 59 for tonight, mostly dry, cloudy and cool. Might sneak in again a few light rain showers this evening. Sun up at 6:23, and our forecast tomorrow in the upper 50s, getting started 68 at noon, 74 tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to give it about a 30% chance of that isolated rain shower for Wednesday, but a lot of tomorrow will be dry. Vicky Berger tuning in from Salem. Good morning. Hope it's a nice time during softball tourneys. Yeah, we've got sectionals this week with baseball and softball. Tennis is over with. So school wrapping up and sports wrapping up soon too. 7-day forecast. We've got 74 tomorrow, 30% chance of that shower. Now, most of the day is going to be dry Thursday. I've got that rain chance in there for Thursday evening, Thursday night. So mostly dry for Thursday. And then looking at a high of 78 degrees before that rain chance Thursday night. And then a little cooler behind that system for Friday, around 70 or so, with a 40% chance of some light rain showers on Friday. And then some of the models calling for maybe a front moving in, kind of a weak front Saturday, keeping about a 20% chance of a shower there. No day looking like a washout whatsoever. Even today, we should be drier this afternoon. And then as we head into June 1st, 76. So June 1st is the beginning of the Atlantic hurricane season. There's no activity out there, but that goes from June 1st to November 30th. And we're only, I think, 24 days away until summer begins on June 20th, as we head towards the longest days of the year. June, a fine month, in my opinion. June and July, my favorite months, I would say. 82 Monday, starting to look more like June as we go into next week. I think we'll have more dry time next week, too, a high of 85 degrees. So this week is kind of categorized by a troughiness, which is the dip in the jet stream, and we're getting disturbances moving through and getting some rain chances. Instead of the trough, we'll have a ridge, it looks like, set up over the area, and a ridge of high pressure promotes dry weather, sunshine, warmer conditions. And Adam Dufour, late tuning in. Any chance of hail or anything rough with these systems? Thankfully, no. I'm not seeing any chance of severe weather with these systems, thankfully. Just not much energy. We're still on the cool side, and no severe weather ingredients. Good question, though, Adam, and that one makes me want to go ahead and bring up, get rid of the bird migration map here. So here's a look at the rainfall that we have across the area now. We'll have some drier conditions moving in later today. Lillian Lasley, good morning. Rainy day out there. It won't be totally rainy all day today. So as Adam was mentioning, severe weather threat, any bad stuff with this. As we go to the convective outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. Again, the Storm Prediction Center is a division of the National Weather Service. Their one big job is to look where severe weather might happen. So today, the severe weather threat is down over Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, southwestern Texas. This is the day one severe weather risk. We have no severe weather risk. No severe weather risk for tomorrow. We might have an isolated shower. The risk is low and off to the south. Going to day 3, this would be our Thursday. Thursday's dry. Thursday night we'll have a chance of rain. And again, basically no risk of severe weather with that. And then day 4 would be Friday, and it's got a risk down over Georgia, South Carolina, parts of North Carolina. No risk for severe weather for us. So that is the good news, even though we still have some rain chances to navigate here over the next 4 days or so before we hopefully start to meander into a warmer and drier weather pattern as June begins this Sunday. So that was the radar and satellite. I'll go bring that up one more time. So we've got this area of low pressure moving through, and you can see it is clear as a bell out towards the Rockies and west. That's where they have a ridge of high pressure. We've got this troughiness, this area of low pressure giving us these rain chances. And as I bring up the model data here, the weather model data, I'm going to go back to the big view. I just want to take a peek at the temperatures because it should be on the hot side out west. We will go with the temperature right here into this afternoon. So it is hot down south, not hot for us. So these are the forecast high temperatures today. If you want summertime, there you go. It's hot down in Florida. Everything in red there is basically your 90s. Parts of Utah heating up as well. And then you go up towards the north, and then you're getting into some cool 60s that we have across our area. So that's a look at this afternoon's temperature data. And again, summer has just not been winning for us. It's been held down to the south, but I think as we get June rolling in, we're going to start to see that the warmer temperatures begin to head our way. All right, let me go ahead and clear all that off, and then we'll bring up we'll look at the HRRR to start off with, the HRRR weather model, the high resolution rapid refresh weather model. And I'm going to take this back in time to where we are right now at about 10 to 11 o'clock. It's picking up very well on where the rainfall is. Bear with me while I fix my map a little bit and zoom on in. There, that's a little better. Looking over some comments real quick as well. Edward Jewell, good morning. And a good morning to Jeff Ham. Thanks for tuning in here this morning, Jeff. All right, so this is the weather model data as we go into this afternoon. So this is at noon today. Notice that steadier rain starting to move off to the east, and we're looking mostly dry for this afternoon. So this is, I'm going to stop this here at 3 o'clock. Not looking too shabby out there later today. We're looking at upper 60s, low 70s. Best chance for some low 70s in Kentucky, especially west of I-65, and then looks like upper 60s over much of southern Indiana. Mostly cloudy day as well. So that is at 4 o'clock. Kay, thanks for watching here. Vandersdale, thanks for tuning in. This is heading into the evening time. Notice it's starting to show like a little bit of a sprinkle chance as we get towards sunset. Notice just a little bit of light green right there as we zoom in. And we can kind of compare and contrast. This is the NAM 3 kilometer as we head towards the evening time. And it also shows a little bit of that sprinkly stuff for this evening. So this afternoon looks nice and dry, at least mostly dry. And then we're looking at this evening chance. See the kind of sprinkly stuff that we have across the area. So maybe just a nuisance light rain shower later this evening developing. And then I'm going to go in the 48-hour version of the HRRR weather model as we go into tomorrow morning. So here's sun up at around 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Can't rule out a shower passing through. So today's the 27th. This is the 28th tomorrow. And now we're going into the later morning hours. It does look like a pretty good chance of a shower, but over southern Indiana here, this is the HRRR weather model at 1 p.m. So a passing shower. I've got it at like 30% chance. This is a little more aggressive than what most of the models have been saying for tomorrow. I like that right there a little bit better for most of us. Notice it's just kind of a dot here and there with that chance of a passing shower. Carolyn Tash, good morning to you. Thanks for watching our Ben at 10 this morning on this Tuesday, May the 27th. So this is at 4 o'clock. So a lot of our Wednesday will be dry. Can't rule out that isolated passing shower for our Wednesday. That is in the afternoon there. And starting to look mostly dry by Wednesday evening. Now I want to go ahead and jump ahead to the GFS weather model. We're going to head into our May the 29th. That'll be our Thursday. I'll push this ahead to Thursday morning. So we're dry here. A lot of tomorrow dry, isolated shower, can't rule that out. Linda Anderson popping in here, good morning. This here is Thursday at 11 a.m. Now we're going to take that clock into Thursday afternoon. Still dry through the afternoon. Rain close though. This is at 5 p.m. Thursday. And then notice we head towards sunset and later starting to bring in a good rain chance. And the European weather model has come along with this solution. And I remember we had some questions about this coming Friday, I think because of graduation. And I was like, just kind of remember back. You know, last Thursday, Friday was saying a week, like 7-8 days from now, which will be this Thursday and Friday, it was calling for rain. So I would say the long-range weather model data doing a good job with the unsettled weather conditions that we'll have for Thursday night and maybe some showers left over on Friday as well. So this is 11 p.m. Thursday. It shows a good rain chance. And not only the GFS, the European weather model also calling for a chance of rain around this time frame as well. And then the bulk of that heavier rain Thursday night moving off to the east, but we're left with a cut-off upper-level low-pressure system around the region Friday, and that should keep it just a little bit unsettled with a chance for some showers you can see there. It looks like anything that we would have Friday would be on the light side. As I take in, we'll go to full screen here. So this is Friday. What we have here, we've talked about this a lot this spring season, upper level low pressure system. So you've got this counterclockwise motion in the atmosphere like that. And we're on the western fringe of this. So we will have some drier air moving in for the weekend, but it's close enough that it'll likely keep some showers around if this solution here plays out for Friday. And let me clear that out of the way. And into Saturday we'll go. So that upper level low thankfully gets kicked out of here. The jet stream should be able to kick it out for the weekend. Now we're going into Saturday morning, and it shows this trailing kind of weak front trying to move in from the north Saturday. So notice this little rain chance. I've got just a 20% chance of this shower on Saturday. And you can see that front kind of hanging up to the north, getting caught up to the north. So this is Saturday night. And as we go into Sunday, we should be looking dry across the area. And that is our Sunday. And then we're going to be transitioning into June and a possibly warmer, drier weather pattern, maybe some mid-80s as we head into next week. Let me try to pop in the upper level winds. These are 500 millibar winds. So here, this would be kind of the change in the weather pattern. So you've got this trough digging down. You got a trough out here. So what we want is this ridge to move into our area, and that would give us some drier and warmer days ahead. So this is June 1st. I'm going to pop this head into, this would be Monday, June 2nd. Jet stream is kind of crazy looking. And then I'm going to go into June 3rd. So this would be next Wednesday. This would be, about 8 days from now? So this is kind of like an omega block with this. You got two lows. You got this low out here, out west, and you got this low, this big trough out here. But in the middle, if you notice, there's this ridge right here. That's what we want. If we get that ridge to sneak in here, we're going to be seeing a lot more sunshine It's the drawing segment of minute 10 here. I'm going to draw a happy sunshine here. And then also these ridges get filled in with this warmer air from the south. We've had enough of these lows, these cutoff lows. We don't want any more of these. But in the middle, we might have some happy weather there for next week. Little showery off and on for the rest of our May, though. Steve Gibbons finally got our garden planted Saturday, so I could use a few of those rain showers now. Yeah, and the flower pots I did on Mother's Day that Brady and I did are exploding. We've actually been able to water them every day, which is a first for our family. So we're doing good with the flowers and the ferns out there. Hope your garden does great. And I hope you get a few of those rain showers that you need there, Steve. Alice Young tuning in here. Good morning. Hello to you. So the moral of this story, as we look at the weather model data, troughiness, showers every now and again through Friday, maybe isolated showers Saturday. Into next week, if we can get this ridge to move in, sunnier and warmer days. And you'll see that reflected in my 7-day forecast. As we take a look at the forecast here once again in just a second. Let me see if I can pop up the temperatures next week. See if we can get, so this would be, we can go, so this would be the 3rd, Tuesday the 3rd. Get rid of that and this. We'll zoom in here a little bit. So you can see more of that summer air is starting to win out from the south. So the reds and the gray and the white, look at that heat out west building in from the south. We should have some of that heading our direction early next week. That's that ridge filling in with that warmer air. So if we can make that happen, we'll revisit, just kind of remember what I'm saying today, next Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll see if this ridge of warm air, more summer-like conditions, heads our way. Remember that trough out west, that low, that fills in with the cool showers there over the northwest. Then you got a low here. And in the middle, we should get some ridging, high pressure, starting to heat up next week. Hopefully that trend continues for me because I do like the warmer conditions out there. Speaking of conditions out there, let's take a look outside live from the corner of Vincennes and Market here in uptown New Albany. It is cloudy. The streets are damp as well, and we can bring up the current radar view. Let's go ahead and do the live radar after we take a look at this live view out there. So we still have some light rain and some sprinkles around right now. And we'll go full screen as we do a little tour of our wet weather out there now, and then we'll wrap up with the forecast here shortly. Oops, I still got my drawing on. Let me turn off that. So as we zoom in, we've got just a few of these rain showers still persisting over southern Indiana. So around Galena and Greenville. Let me turn off the loop. We want this to be right now. All right. Zooming on in. We'll go back to, it says sight down. It looks like live though. Let me take a look at it. Whoop. Just taking a look around right now. We're going to put up so here are the rain showers. Again, just some light stuff around Palmyra, Floyd County, into Harrison County. Little bits and pieces, little sprinkly stuff out there around Salem, Indiana, up towards Austin, Crothersville, DuPont, parts of Jefferson County in Indiana seeing a little bit of that light rain. It's been much drier so far today around Bedford and Brownstown and Seymour. And then you got wet weather up I-71 in Oldham County, still some wet streets in Louisville, and off to the south around Muldraugh, West Point, Akron, Brandenburg. You got some light rain. Light rain continues around Campbellsville in Lebanon and up towards Washington County, Springfield, Kentucky. You've got some of those light rain showers around Greensburg as well. But that steadier rain moving off to the east. Go ahead and put up the radar and satellite here. And we can put that in motion. So the steadier rain that we had in Kentucky is starting to move off to the east. And we should begin, as we head into the afternoon, to see this wedge of some drier air working in for later on today. Might sneak in some peaks of sunshine with that. And then later on this evening, we'll likely have a few light rain showers trying to spread back in. So not all bad out there for today. And again, there's a look at the gloomy conditions that we still have across the area right now. All right, we're going to bring up that forecast, and then we'll wrap things up on this Tuesday. So today, 68 degrees, a drier afternoon, mostly cloudy, cool/mild for this time of the year. Northeast wind at around 5 to 10. Our sunset at 8:57. As we head towards the last day of May, we get those 9 p.m. sunsets. The play ball forecast tips in the mid to upper 60s and mostly dry. We're just giving it about a 20% chance of a shower. And again, a pretty light breeze today from the northeast. Keeping those temperatures about a little over 10 degrees below normal for this time of the year. The allergy report here for today, low levels of the pollen today. As we trend drier tomorrow and Thursday, we'll bump that back up to medium with the tree, grass, and mold spores. And tonight, mostly dry. After maybe a few light evening rain showers, during the overnight, mostly dry, low of 59 degrees, cloudy, cool, light north breeze. Not bad to keep we've had the windows open, it seems like, for several days with this nice weather that we've had. Lillian popping in. Have a great day and stay dry. You as well. Thanks for tuning in here, Lillian. And the forecast here for tomorrow, just giving it about a 30% chance of that shower. Temps in the upper 50s to get started, upper 60s at noon, and then 74 for tomorrow afternoon. Still more than 5 degrees below normal for this time of the year. 7-day forecast. We got 74 tomorrow with that 30% chance of a shower. 78, a little bit warmer Thursday before a chance of some evening night rain Thursday. So I think most of your day is dry for Thursday. A 40% chance of mainly some light rain showers Friday as that upper level low pressure system moves through, high of 71. And then looking at 78 Saturday, just a small 20% chance of a shower Saturday. Looks a little bit better for some areas off to the north. We'll just we're going to be fine tuning Friday, Saturday. And then we're done with the month of May. It feels like this has just flown by. We've got June 1st, Sunday, 76, and then some 80s could be on the way next Monday and Tuesday as that ridge of high pressure begins to move back into our area. All right, so we're just checking out some of that lingering rain across the area this morning. And I want to bring back up folks that help us out and help each other out here in Indiana, in southern Indiana and beyond. That is Extol Media. Extol means to celebrate, to highly praise. So we do that here, lift each other up in southern Indiana. I want to thank our partners and sponsors, ivtech.edu. You just head to ivtech.edu, head to the locations, head to Sellersburg. You can head there in person as well, exit 9. So it's just a few miles north of the Ohio River, exit 9 there, and you can get off at the Sellersburg exit. You can learn all about the campus. Check it out. You can check out maps and tours, all their partnerships and special programs, the classes that they have offered. There are 42 programs that they have offered there. And coming up, I believe, June 6th is the summer session, and they've got sessions every 8 weeks. So you can get started there. There's the Sellersburg Spotlight at ivtech.edu. Lions Roofing, they're still super busy after the March hailstorms. That's how long a storm can impact an area. 812-294-3595 if you want a free estimate. They can come out and check that out for you. They are hiring for a roofing repair technician, family-owned business right out of Memphis, Indiana. Check them out at lionsroofingco.com, and also Lions Roofing on Facebook. You can see their latest work. They've been pumping out great-looking roofs whenever it's dry. We need that dry weather for them to get everything done. And speaking of jobs, lots of job openings here. You can apply now at libspaving.com. Head up in the upper right-hand corner, the career section right there, and you can see a lot of the opportunities that they have right now at their website. So check that out. If you know someone that needs some work, maybe starting a new career, new profession, there you go. Partners at newwashbank.com, NWSB. You can head to any of their Southern Indiana locations. Friendly banking right there, easy online banking. People you know wherever you go, banking the way you want. You can head to newwashbank.com to see all of their offerings as well. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in here on this Tuesday. Hope you had a good holiday weekend. Some of this rain that we have lingering, just kind of turning into sprinkles right now. Should have some drier time for this afternoon, maybe some sprinkly stuff back this evening. We got that isolated shower chance tomorrow, about a 30% chance of that for Wednesday. Thursday, dry during the day, evening chance of rain Thursday night and into Friday, and then things look warmer and drier as we go into next week. So thanks for hopping on here, Ben at 10. Thanks for liking, subscribing, or following, whether you're on here on Facebook, Meteorologist Ben Peine. And it is, by the way, you're reading that correct. Peine, Meteorologist Ben Peine on Facebook, or Extol Weather on Facebook. And then we have Extol Media on YouTube and extolmag.com/weather. Speaking of which, I never got to. Let's go ahead and do that real quick before we wrap this whole show up. So this here is extolmag.com/weather. There you can see the 7-day forecast on the right side. That is the interactive radar. You just click on it. You can back it up. You can tour around wherever you want to go. There's the 3-day forecast. Of course, I got the 7-day forecast that I put up every day. The weather story that digs deeper into our weather situation. You got the day 1, the day 2 Storm Prediction Center's severe weather outlook. None for us. Any watches or warnings are right there. Storm reports. Your current look at NDOT traffic and traffic cams. Got you all linked up right there. Everything looking green and good as we take a look at just a random click around the NDOT camera, the Indiana Department of Transportation. This is a look at 265 at Charlestown Road. Everything lush and green out there. Looks like a semi off to the side there at the Charlestown Road 265 ramp. So all got you linked up to that as well. And then you got your U.S. drought monitor. We're not looking at any drought anytime soon. Regional radar. And my favorite here is the big interactive radar with current temperatures as well. Still showing some of this light rainfall across the area, steadier off to the east. And you can put your winds, your temperatures, any storm tracks. Lots of fun tools there if you're a weather enthusiast. Again, here at extolmag.com/weather. Couple last comments popping in. Vicky, have a great day. Good to see your allergies are better. Whether it was allergies or some kind of sinus infection, still lingering just a little bit, but we're feeling better. Thank you very much. Something's been going around impacting a lot of us. Headaches, all that fun stuff. And our final comment here, Linda Baker. Thanks for watching our Ben at 10 here this morning. We will see you tomorrow morning as we'll track some more little rain chances for the rest of this week. And hopefully we continue to look ahead to a much warmer and drier beginning of June as well. So until then, we'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. on Ben at 10.